Good morning, everybody. This is Bob. I'm in Lewis County, Kentucky at the Bivens Cemetery, what they call Quincy, Kentucky. And today I have a story that I found that I hope it was interest to all of you that watch this video. As you can see, a little bit of the landscape here. You can look across the river there at the hills of southern Ohio. We're going to walk to the grave of the person I want to tell you about. The person I like to talk about today is First Lieutenant Charles Lewis Wood Jr. And Wood Jr. was the son of Charles Lewis Wood and Helen Mary Black, and born here in Kentucky on February 8th, 1890. The 1910 U.S. Census showed that he lived with his family in Washington Township, Sauter County, Ohio. After he got older, later on, he studied at the Union in Connecticut Wesleyan University, the Connecticut Wesleyan University Theology, 1916 to 1917. Afterwards, he enlisted in the British Royal Air Force and was commissioned a first lieutenant. After training as a pilot in England, he went to the front in April 1918, serving as a fighter pilot with the number 201 Squadron of the Royal Air Force. In 1918, the Royal Air Force at that time was flying, among other aircraft, the Sopwith 7F.1 Snipe. And it was a British single-seated biplane fighter of the Royal Air Force. And it was designed and built by the Sopwith Aviation Company during the First World War. So it's possible that Lieutenant would have flown such an aircraft, and maybe that fateful day that he was shot down, or either by another aircraft or anti-aircraft fire, he may have been in such an aircraft. Okay, he served with distinction and honor during his tour of duty. While on patrol, though, he was brought down and seriously wounded behind German lines in Belgium. And he was put in a hospital behind German lines. And then on after August 13th, 1918, when he was shot down, the Belgians, they liberated that area and were able to take care of him from that point on. Okay, he died in the hospital there on August 17th, 1918. As I said before, after the Belgians had liberated. He's buried not in this cemetery that we're in today, but he's buried in the cemetery in Belgium at the Tournai Communal Cemetery, the Allied extension in Hainaut, Belgium. So now let's walk toward Lieutenant Wood grave. Okay, his body was never brought back from Kentucky, though his memory is kept alive here in the cemetery, as he's buried with all his family here. Little country cemetery in Lewis County, Kentucky. So his legacy lives on here. His memorial stands with the graves of his family at Bivens Cemetery near Quincy, Lewis County, Kentucky. One can only wonder how a country boy who had studied theology would end up volunteering to fight in the Great War. His reason for volunteering to fight are only known by him and, of course, the Almighty. So I would just say that for Lieutenant Charles L. Wood Jr., he now flies high in the celestial afterlife, as a pilot to be remembered. So God bless you. And if you look to the rear, there is Lieutenant Woods there. But if you go back here, his other family members are buried back here. And as you can see, it's a quite small cemetery. But I thought it was very interesting that he does have a memorial here. It's interesting that he still lays in rest in Belgium, where he fought, where he died. So, to you, Lieutenant Wood, we say adieu. Rest in peace. This is Bob. Thanks for the memories.